All right, how y'all doing? There's been some drama going on, and so I had to block some people and block certain videos due to some drama. But we're not gonna talk about that certain recent drama that I don't want to get involved in. I wasn't trying to get involved, just doing a news report. But I'm making my own report, and it's due to the stereotypes and crime, racial stereotypes and racism, crime and poverty. There's an epidemic that's been going on in Houston. Even I have mentioned on that in the past. I had to snitch on a friend who was abusing her son, and it's a thing, the synthetic marijuana known as Kush. When people want to know why the crime rate's going up, even during the Super Bowl, why the Mayor Turner uh, told the people to get, the homeless people to get away from the area so they can attract the people. People not know the reason why there's homeless people that's getting locked up. It's not what you think it is, and it's not like someone who just lost their job and all of a sudden they're on, they're in the streets. Something happens. The truth of the matter is, a lot of homeless people, especially right there on Greyhound Station in Houston, Midtown, downtown, not too far from the Sacred Heart Cathedral. Um, a lot of those folks are doing in other parts of Midtown, downtown, other parts, even when what happened, and I do speculate, besides PTSD, the young man who passed away, Jose Flores, God rest his soul, his birthday's coming up. Jose Flores, she has the same birthday as I, well, the same month as I do, but not the birthday. Mine is a couple days later on. But the Vicente Guerrero, who's the second president of Mexico, who's Afro Mestizo that banned slavery in Mexico, share the same birthday as Jose Flores. So their birthday's coming up. Leo season is coming up. It's still Cancer, all right? So, but I'm a Leo too. I'm an August Leo as well. But the real reason why I'm talking about this is because I do believe, when I mentioned his murder, besides PTSD, that Andre Jackson would not be shot. He was on Kush. Uh, People should know that in the Midtown, the wards, in Northtown, Southwest, Southeast, this problem is growing. If you want to know why the homeless people and why we having crime rate, young people are smoking their marijuana and they're committing crime with their false marijuana. They're smoking. The homeless people getting. We just recently saw a brother lighter than me, butt naked in the train, who hit a white officer butt naked. Yeah, on the metro rail. 9 out of 10, they own this stuff called Kush. Kush is synthetic marijuana. It causes people to act a fool. You can be walking downtown Houston and see people acting a fool. You're thinking that they have a mental issue, but no, they're on Kush. And that's why even I don't advocate to give money to the homeless because of that situation. Because I never forget, I was at the McDonald's right there by HPD's office, on Dallas Street in Houston. It was a couple years ago, and it's a sister that worked there. She's a manager, and her and this Latino woman that I was trying to talk to, when I go mention her business. She's a darker Latina, about my complexion, Morena Pirema, sorry. But they worked at McDonald's. You tell their business. They worked at McDonald's, and I used to go talk to the sister and her, and the sister about my complexion as well. And what happened was, while I was ordering food to go use the restroom, cause they had to press a button to go in the restroom because of the homeless problem there. A Latino man was coming in. He was homeless, and I think it was 2013 or 14. Show us around that time. And it's a sister by my complexion, older sister coming from work downtown. Well, glad we can tell she was very religious, like one of them Protestant evangelical ones. Okay, and as an ex-Protestant, I know that some, no offense, are naive to the real world. Okay, that's why I'm not. Okay, through the interpretation of the Bible. I'm a Catholic Christian since I was 13, since 1993. Okay, and so what happened is, while the sister told, hey, told the Hispanic man, I told you, young, I told you to stop coming in my store. We're gonna call laws on you. And the sister who's giving him the money, I know, I want to buy something. She said, no, I wasn't raised that way. And so I was raised, but you don't understand. They're coming in here. The homeless people coming in here because they're, causing a problem. They're trespassing, and they're not buying it for what you think it is, and that's very true. And the sister was, no, I'm ready to be religious, and so you know what, I'll buy you some food or something like that. Or here, I just give you the money, but you gotta go and she go buy someplace else. And then when she left, the sister who worked there told me, she said she don't understand. And I said, I know what you talking about. I'm on your side, baby. She don't understand that he's using that money to go buy some Kush. That's why they're coming in the store begging people. And I noticed that because I seen, I never forget, it was a fight between a dark skinned brother, almost butt naked, yes, with his drawers on, fighting a Latino man. The Latino man was with a sister. We were interracial, actually, we both a mixture of different things, okay? Both an African American Hispanic community. We both mixed with black, white, Native American. We just look different, okay? But y'all know what I'm talking about. He's a Chicano who with a sister. And the sister and her friends and his homeboy, who's a brother, was backing him up because the brother was almost butt naked with his drawers on, acting a fool, trying to fight this Latino man. I said, Lord, I was trying to get my phone, trying to get some fame, but I said, no, let me leave this alone, okay? And I found out later on what it was. The dude was tripping, trying to fight this Latino man with his sister, not because of race, because he was crazy. And he was on the metro, the metro main line, not the main line, but, on Main Street with the 99-cent store, right in that area, okay? And where they have a spring, a fountain, that area, okay? And I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I started to backtrack. Many of those homeless people to be camping by 59 Whittle Station, right there by Greyhound and McDonald's. I don't even go there no more, okay? I used to go there, I used to go to the 10 Sacred Heart Church. I used to go over there and get, a Mac double and an ice cream cone. No, I don't do no more because I don't know if I beg me for no money. It's ratchet there, okay. I just don't want to go in there. If ever, I thought about catching a bus to go to another town, like to go visit another city or something, like El Paso or something. I think I should take a plane or something because I don't even want to go near that Greyhound area. And they're all because of Kush. And a lot of folks don't know, folks with money, okay, whether it be African American, white, Hispanic, they got their mess together. They got their shit together. They're they're spearming wheat, okay, and it's a regular weed, maybe mixed with something. The drug is corrupt, and what it is with the weed, if they I heard it's stuff called Kush, I'm gonna smoke it, and so it's oh I love it, and they have mental issues or something tragic happen in their life, that's their substitute for medication. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting involved in this mess. There's also another drug called water. And I'm gonna let y'all know, because I used to work at the gas station. And I'm glad I quit. Besides telling that sister, the dark skinned sister who married this man. Yeah, okay. Remember I told her she was employee abusing me back in 2011. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I talk about her weed. Yeah, that bitch. Okay, can't stand her. Her and the one that was a little lighter than I am. Both of them two damn psychotic injured. Sorry to go there. Okay. Point is, in this situation, we was having robberies. My homegirl, who's a dark skinned Creole sister, she was robbed by the same brother. Then my Latina homegirl, she's Salvador, she was robbed too. And then the Chicano guy that worked there, he quit. And I thought he was a thug one, okay? Because he used to clown me, yeah, and make fun of me because he was a little hyper masculine junk, okay? And he's younger than me. He's, and he was better graduate high school. And why he should act like he thinking he better than I am. I'm older than him. 19 to be his dad. Point is, he quit because the brothers jumped the counter and took the cigarettes. And folks don't know, during Christmas, like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas time, there is a drug called water. Not drinking water. And what it is bomb fluid you get from the film director. You dip it in the cigarettes or the weed, and maybe Kush too. Oh Lord, that's like two different powerful drugs. And you smoke it, and you end up getting high, and like you dead. And that's if you see folks getting butt naked, that is going on too. So if folks want to know why the crime rate and why the homelessness and all this other stuff is growing, is bigger than what you think. Then you got mom and pop stores on the corner stores selling this stuff. So you see what I'm saying? So you gotta, y'all, before y'all start making racial evidence, do a background check. investigate on your own. They're targeting mostly it happened in white neighborhoods too, but they're targeting mostly minority neighborhoods of African American and Latino neighborhoods, and usually get the ones who are already on drugs, and they take drugs because remember, many people, and let me let you know, it's called destructive behavior is very big. Yeah, it goes on the white community too, but it's big in the minority community because many mental health advocates do not target minority communities, and then you have minorities who feel that I don't need to get help. I'm okay, saying I'm crazy. So if they can't get the drugs, that's the true drugs, the medication they need for their bipolar, schizophrenia, that type of thing, they'll go out in the street and get weed, coke. It'd be crack back in the day. Now the new crack today is Kush and water. Bomb fluid, cigarettes, or with roaches, the weed, or what they call it, the joint. They dip it in there, and you get high. You end up getting butt naked. Homeless people end up getting robbed of their stuff because of that situation. So that's the epidemic going on in Houston. And that's why Officer Art, I forgot his last name, from HPD, and Mayor Turner, both of these two men of color, trying to clean up. Even though I'm questioning Mayor Turner on certain things, I'm not gonna bring up the issue about what happened to the man that got shot with the camera thing. Okay, yeah, okay, it was by police, but I do give Mayor Turner and Officer Chief Art from HPD credit for breaking down this Kush problem because I never suspected. When I grew up, I'm almost 38. I grew up and they had the crack epidemic. Okay, you know what I'm saying, and we was in that voice. Even though the Nancy Reagan is a hypocrite because her husband bought the crack up in here, um, she was advocating don't use drugs. Then I went to predominantly white school. Okay, before becoming Hispanic, so I heard this every day. Don't use drugs. We had rap songs, about don't use drugs and the Chicken Club. We got the Chicken Club back in the day, okay? Then they call you chicken when you don't do drugs, okay? So we had that. It was like just say no drugs campaign. So you got to understand that's the real reason why I'm glad, even though it was a hypocritical message, it came in my mind to never to do drugs. Um, but you have people who out here who doing drugs based on um, their mental issues, what they went through in life, being sexual abuse, that type of stuff going on. And one thing that is a minority, those know that I'm a multiracial person. I don't advocate the one drop rule. My background is African American and French Spanish, which makes me because Spanish origin, Latino as well. That I found out last year. Native American and Irish and English. I don't look white, but the point is that I, as a minority, that represent both African American and Native American and Hispanic to Hispanic origin and from Creole, Louisiana. I advocate that we need to talk about this, and that's why, and to put not to add injury to what happened on the couple days due to a misinformation on the video. The reason why I felt so strong, and I'm going to say this to what happened to Mr. Hector. In all due respect, I did not try to mock his death. Okay, as a person who do not do drugs, and I'm making this video, and it goes to anybody out there, I cannot, and those who know me with the Black Lives Matter, Latino Lives Matter, right now my mind is changing. I'm not cooning. I live in the hood. I wasn't raised in the hood. Okay, and I'm seeing people who purposely selling dope, purposely using drugs, purposely don't mind going to jail, and they're of color. Okay, and it's sad that I'm out here advocating that African American and Latino and Native and Native of color lives do matter, but you have people within the community who do not believe in that. Do you understand that? And who do not care about each other's life, and not even their own. So when I was upset about that back in January, and I bashed both communities of sitting here picking blame games of which one is better, like white man is going to accept us, whether we're African American or Latino, it doesn't make any sense. That's why I had that attitude. Okay, I, and the reason why that I was upset at Hector about the situation is because We grew up in that time when we was told not to use drugs, and these are young thugs who are 20 some years old, okay, and who don't choose not to know that. I'm getting tired with the millennial generation. In all due respect to their family and those who know, I have never in my corazon tried to mock your dads, your fiance, your brother, whoever. It's just that I have an ugly attitude with people who involved with Kush and drugs and all that other stuff, because those within the community, whether we're any community, we're who don't buy into this stuff. We're being mocked and being fun of by white racist people and people minorities who try to pick with them when they know they don't like them either. And we have to go to day to prove to everyone that we're not like those people who get locked up. We're not like those people doing this. We're trying to be law-abiding citizens. So the point is, that's the whole reason why that I was upset with both, because every time I see a person of color, whether it be an African American, Latino, be on the news, here come one of the each making fun of each other, and it gets on my nerves. So that's why I had that attitude. That's why I was upset. And that's why I was upset that day. And I wasn't trying to mock and make fun of Mr. Hector situation. So to anyone, because I heard bad comments coming on my channel, racial stuff, to the point I had to get put the videos on, both videos on private, because the not from the fiance, for someone who they know them, who came from an anonymous tip, like they don't do research on there. Yeah, come on now, okay. But that's the reason why. And the reason why that I'm talking about this, not because of Hector, because I see people every time I go downtown on Kush, acting the fool, begging for money. I see people my age, Hector, anybody that's younger and those who are older as well, on this mess, that even I had to call the laws on one of my homegirls, because I called back to snitch because she was punching her son on that mess. Do you understand? And every time I hear a story happening downtown, like recently had a stabbing right there by some two brothers got into it, and they stabbed one of them stabbed each other right there by McDonald's and Greyhound in Midtown, right, Main Street and 45. I'm hearing about this stupid stuff. That's why I have that attitude. So to the family that got offended, I wasn't trying to bash his life. You know what I'm saying? I'm bashing what's going on. I'm bashing those two brothers who's involved as well. And I'm getting very tired that my words were being misused. And thank you, Juan. I wish you was in Houston backing me up, because it was people enormously coming. I had to put their own private. And speaking of, because I'm tired of people with our communities. I'm walking through the hood and I'm seeing people looking like Jim Crow days. I mean, this is what back in '64 was. If you're born '64, you mean you born. I mean, you was 53 years old. 53 years old. 53 years after the civil rights movement, where Martin King fought for us to be liberated from the destruction of Jim Crow. And I'm seeing my brothers of African descent don't look presentable on Kush. Look like terror. It looked like you looking at a minstrel show. And you have folks out there. Thank you, thank you, baby. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. God bless both y'all. You and anyone else. They're out here, and they think that I'm the weirdo, and I don't think I'm better than nobody. I just have high self-esteem. But when you don't feel good about yourself, of course you're gonna self-destruct. And it's weird, because we just had a video about Sammy Sosa bleaching his skin, who's Afro Latino, okay, a dark complected Afro Latino, an Afro mestizo 910 mix, but look African descent purely. And people mocking him, making fun of him, and instead of trying to feel sorry, and at the same time realize that that's his decision. You proud of who you are. Don't worry about it. A brother came on Facebook from another side of town, another side of the United States. He says, "How can y'all over here make content about self hate? Y'all promote self hate about pimping hoes and going in jail and all and doing drugs. That's self hate." Kodak, and when I made a video about Kodak Black, that's the reason why. And I get criticized for not emulating that, and I'm called a self hater because I don't emulate that. And that's the whole reason why I brought that up. So A lot of people in both communities have issues about themselves to the point they go and do drugs. And I never done drugs. Yeah, Kodak Black, but the self-destructive behavior proves the point. That's what I'm trying to say. He not out there advocating, talking about Kodak Black advocating, not looking presentable. Cause one thing about I always advocate people think it's gay. No, it's loving yourself, looking presentable, looking sharp, knowing that you just above like everybody else. When you downgrade yourself and look like trash, it says a lot about who you are. When you sagging your pants and doing all this other stuff. And usually it's people in our communities, no matter if they're African American or Latino, have an issue with themselves to the point that they'll go destructive with it. Do you understand that? It's beyond the skin, bleeding, and all that. No, I mean, anybody can change their complexion. I have no problem with you want to present yourself and turn the color blue, that's you. But you don't see Sammy Sosa in destructive behavior either, like doing drug dealing and all the other stuff. But you see someone like Kodak Black, they actually admitted. I haven't got on the Umar Johnson yet. I haven't watched it because I've been trying to take care of business on my other end. Okay, trying to get in real estate. That's one of the things I'm thinking about getting in real estate as well. Yeah, trying to get in the business mode. But point is, that's them thinking. It's like, these people don't understand that when you doing these drugs, you're destroying who you are. You can wear a dashiki, you can wear a sombrero, you can wear an African flag, a black and green, red flag, don't mean nothing. If you're supplying drugs in the community and you say you love your black and your brown, whatever and all that stuff, you're destroying your people. You are hating yourself. You are letting white folks set you up to put you in the jail cell where you being a statistic, they make you a slave because 13th Amendment. So that's why that I was upset, and I'm looking at it's and I'm seeing men of color, of African descent, instead of going to look for a job or even just work at a legit job and leave that mess alone or whatever, they choose and stay on the corner street looking like I don't know, and I don't know how these women think they better than me compared to me. Cause I'm sorry, and one thing, speaking as a light skinned man, he one of those, and I'm not with the Black Nationalist Movement, but I had to agree with him. And me and a brother on Facebook was debating with this mess, and he was saying that we emasculates men and turn women into masculine. And I say he actually correct. Let me explain why. I understand I'm not with that talking about they trying to mask like the black man in Hollywood. I'm not with that mess. I'm talking about the attitude. I'm not talking about switching and talking with a high voice. I'm talking about the responsibilities as a man. You see these dudes who smoking joints, ain't working, living at mama house purposely, okay? Having different baby mamas. If they with a woman, the woman she working, they not working. They probably more men than I am. They not the head of the household. He sitting there playing video games, talking to his homeboys, ain't doing nothing. Just being a bitch, call like it is, okay? Then you have them saying they're men because they talk like this, that's more to being a man by talking like this, okay? It's stereotypical. They not living responsibility as a man. Then you have these women smoking that stuff. Now, of course, the pure weed ain't gonna do that, okay? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna get to that, Jasmine. Hold on. The problem is that the I noticed women who look so feminine in their physique, okay? And I do believe they mixing the hormones, the male hormones in these weed up in here, because as soon as these women smoking that mess, you said back then you can tell trannies, I mean no offense, transgender women from women, okay? Because you had to have money to get the injections and all that to make yourself look like a real woman, okay? And they were selling on the street. That's why many transgender women who used to be men end up getting sick. It's like the butt. Actually, no different than the black madam in Philadelphia. She was a transgender woman. She used to be a man, and she was injecting people in the butt from all the chemicals and stuff, and it was killing people. You know what I'm saying? The butt injections. It actually relates to that. But point is, but it seems to me they're putting some hormones in these lace weed. And these women, when they get all made up, you might think they're men because of those chemicals in that weed. Do you understand? See, back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, you can tell, oh, that's a man, that's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Unlike times, they had weave in their hair, you can tell that was a woman, okay? Don't make no sense who they are, what race they are, okay? But today, they mixing the chemicals with the drugs, and the women in the physique look broad shoulder, look like a dude. It's like, what the hell happened to her? You know what I'm saying? And I notice when they get the weed off the street, it's not clean. So that light skinned man from the Muslim, the Nation of Islam, is telling the truth. It's not gonna change the man unless they put some female hormones in the weed. It's changing the man, his responsibility as a man, that he's living like a doggone woman. He don't want to work and have his own business, legit business, no illegal business. He on street corner. He doing things that a housewife would do. Stay at home, not do nothing. Okay, if he a more man than I am, he was trying to look for a job, look at an opportunity, like I'm trying to look for an entrepreneur opportunity. Because I went to a seminar yesterday, thinking about getting real estate. But anyway, point is, for real, I'm trying to get my own business stuff. I ain't trying to be in this, own the property. That's what we need. It's a renting property. But for real, that and with the work smarter, not work harder. That's one thing I learned yesterday. But point is, that's the reason why. So the women who, lace weed thing is real weed, they end up having their physique look like a man, and it wasn't natural like that. And they don't understand why this and that, and they having all these problems because that weed and that chemicals is not natural, and it's causing you to be deformed smoking it. So that brother was correct. Cause I see women who I know that look like a woman. I first saw them, the next thing they look like a dude. You know what I mean? Sex is because of these chemicals they're taking from drugs, the imbalanced chemicals in there. So people understand that's going on. Yes, yeah, it is. It's going on. And so that's why I advocate that we need to stop this Kush. And then Jasmine asked one question. She said, "What we can do about the incrimination, correlation that rates here in Houston in the third country?" Well, we need to tell our people of color to stop being in drugs, stop selling it, stop getting gang violence, to keep your head clean. Because one thing, when you argue with somebody, you gotta make sure your house is clean before you try to look for something on you. Okay, always do that. So you don't want to be, for example, that's why they had the don't do nothing. Because in the past there were some sisters who was cooning for their sons, who was in that mess, and when they got in trouble to protect them, he ain't not do nothing, making fun of what white people are doing. Okay, wait, people saying that. Okay, but you have women who have her mothers who are not teaching their kids to go do drugs, who are teaching their kids to do right, and the police false accuse them, and they're trying to finish it, don't do anything, they didn't do anything wrong or anything, they're making fun of them. Well, the reason why I brought that up is because you have those people who are teaching their children to do drugs. You got to remember, I go at a time we have families who taught their kids to, for real. Back in the day, it was a more issue. Sometimes the drug dealer would not teach their kids that, but it's like a mob. If I'm a drug dealer, if I'm a gangster, then when I have kids, they are naturally born in it. You see what I'm saying? So that's the real reason why that's going on. And we got called out that we should not be teaching and scandalizing our children to do drugs, to sell it, to be gang members, even if we, and I mean personally, even if we involved in it. And that's what's going on. Do you understand? So the best way to do it is keep our house in order, keep our house clean, if you know what I mean, metaphorically. Tell our brothers and sisters of African American, Hispanic, and Native Indian, mixed, whatever origin, minority status, to not get involved in the mess. Because if they would not have an argument, if your house is clean, God forbid me getting falsely accused of something, and they say I didn't do any drugs, I don't sell it, and they drug test me against clean, and they see I have no drugs in the house. Of course, I'm already innocent. There's no reason to make the argument. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a record, there's one thing that I'm not bashing Philando Castro because I don't want this family bashing me either. But they was bringing up the record. Do you know what I'm saying? And we don't want, and I'm telling my brother, no one's perfect. My brothers of color, both African American, Hispanic, let's not, in other minority groups, let's not do this no more. Can we in 2017 no longer do drugs, sell dope, get involved in no gang or in crime, criminal activity? Okay, it's not worth it because they already deem all of us as criminals. Okay, whether Donald Trump bashing Black Lives Matter, or either he was saying in the beginning of the campaign that Latino man, or especially immigrants, are drug dealers and rapists and all the other stuff. Okay, so we need to no longer promote this self-hating, self-destructive behavior of being a thug and being gangster and all, you know what I'm saying? Because who wants to be locked up in jail? And I'm sorry, I don't see how folks can call me gay on my channel, but they got criminal records. They know they saw Sodom and Gomorrah in their prison system because it's promoted there. You go to jail, and I had to agree with O'Shea, what's his name, Jackson, the guy on YouTube, going in and out of jail. If you hate faggots, as they say, and punks, why are you going in back in jail when that's promoted? Because the men don't always sleep with the female security guards. They're sleeping with each other. They doing each other. If they have best friend connection, they doing each other. And that's how I see that some know about homosexuality that I even know of anything, okay? They know of all this stuff and make speculations because they already have it in them, you know? So it's not always rape. Like they say about the gang member that was in the brother that was raping, sexing boys in the gang in Atlanta. That wasn't new to me because you watch Scare Straight. The men would tell you, they tell them boys they go in jail, they gonna get you. And I don't mean beat you, they mean doing something to you. So if that's going on, why would I want to be in the prison cells with men who say they straight and use all their hyper masculine and machismo mess to cover? And I'm not talking about only the men of color, I'm talking about the white men too. But they behind closed doors look all extremely statistical masculine, ready to have sex with me, ready to turn me over. Why would I want to go there? I don't understand that. When everybody good, but you gonna see it. And if you want weed or anything, cigarettes, they have sex with each other to get it. In commissary, all that. That goes on in the prison culture. In the sagging pants. Yes, these dudes call me gay, but they sag their damn pants. I don't sag my pants. I ain't trying to show my butt to the whole world. Yeah, and that me that's disgusting because you sit in the same seat with somebody and they boo boo stains and stuff and germs on. I don't want on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Hell to no. So that's going on. So them they got know, and then too you got men who prostituting for Kush. I got to talk about that too. In that vicinity, as named earlier, they prostitute with other men. Okay, that's a certain area I want to go details where a lot of gay dudes hang out and work out. If you're in Houston, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of them dudes who have massive thugs, trollers, whatever, they are prostituting, and white dudes too. They are prostituting. Anybody of color, anybody of any race are prostituting right in their area, and they hyper masculine and talk like this, but they can't get money for Kush or they're homeless. They'll stay in front of their area and prostitute. For real. Yeah, they're prostitute. That's going on. And now, before it was Kush, it was weed, it was crack. For real, they are prostitute. You got men for real, a prostitute in front of that area, and then they give a trannies and all that. And it seems to me, like I said, half these dudes that call someone gay and faggot, they know more about that lifestyle than I do. So that you know what type of, I guess by me being feminine turns them on, but they get upset because in the public they don't want to show who they real are. And I ain't trying to act feminine for no dude. Let's get this right. I've been like this since I was a kid. Okay, that's why I don't change for nobody. I tell like it is. But they know about, and then yeah, yeah. So it seems to me they know a lot about gay stuff and homo stuff and all this other crap than I do. Cause I almost committed suicide when I went to the jail. Me defending myself. Someone trying to jump me and I told I get that big knife and kill him. It was a couple years ago and I went to jail for a terrorist. I didn't know those terrorists at all because I was defending myself. I wasn't trying to bother that person. And I didn't go to jail. I went to the hospital on my own because I was out of my medication. So back in, it was February 2014, I went to the Benton area hospital so I wouldn't do it because I don't think I'll go to jail. I mean, I was trying to get ready to go to the Creole Festival. The first time we ever having a Creole Festival in February 1st in 2014. Let's get all dressed up. Yeah, they do. They flirt with straight. I mean, yeah. I mean, do you know? One, I'm glad you brought it up. Do you know that the many men who say they straight and call me gay sometimes and don't, but I get more hit-ons from dudes that talk like this. That's why I tell people that all that old hyper masculine and all that. Why would you do that if you straight? You know, when I was 19, 20, dudes were hitting, trying to pick me up for real. I'd be walking in Midtown coming from the southwest side, catching another bus. And I never forget, I was visiting a friend. I come all the way, no, and my friend from the east side, he moved him and his friend, and they wife, the girl from wherever they was together. They saw me and they took me over to Midtown to catch the bus. And as I walked, it was actually 2000, show us, or 2001. A light skinned man, brother, looked masculine, was in a truck. It was on Sunday morning. So I went to church with a mass that day. After I went mass in my area, I went over to the southwest area. He would look at me with deep eyes, deep dark eyes. I'm like, what this man staring at me like that for? And then drove by and said, you need a ride, man? I said, I'm good. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, I didn't for real. That's how I know about this. During the 2000s, and I knew a drug dealer. I knew a drug dealer. And I wasn't by accident. What it was, a dude that went to school with my family, my aunt and them back in the 70s in Small World. He's Hispanic. He said he full blown Spaniard. Maybe his mama is, but I think he mixed with Mexican or some other Hispanic origin. And he was from the east side. So I never forget. I didn't know that was his drug dealer, the brother that was in there. The brother about my complexion mixed with Creole and Italian because he told me he mixed with Italian. And I never get. Yeah. So for real, that goes on. So my point is, I never forget. The dude was staring at me, smiling, talking about the drug dealer. I didn't know that was his drug dealer. And he kept smiling. And then how I knew it was drug dealer because he went around the corner and gave the gay dude, because the dude was gay, the Hispanic dude, very flamboyantly gay. Gave him something, which I know it was drugs. In downtown, he was back in 2001. And then dude said, man, I'm a nigga. I ain't gay. I just the next thing, couple months later, we see each other. He said, are you gay for real? I ain't want nobody to know that. And you can tell this dude been to prison. So, you know what I'm saying? He said he stopped doing it, but he was trying to holler at me. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was old enough to be my dad, by the way. Talking about the brother who's mixed with, who about my complexion, maybe a little darker, mixed with black French Creole and Italian, 'cause he's family from Louisiana. And he just got a job. He stopped doing it, but he was still trying to holler at me. That's how I know he was masculine, all that. That's how I know this stuff and all this, you know. And I remember in the 2000s when I go out for real. Well, no, hey, don't make fun of us metrosexuals. Hold on. I'm a metrosexual too. I'm metro. Metrosexual does not mean you homosexual. That means you take care of yourself. And I take care of I go ahead and admit I take care of myself for myself, but I also take care of myself for the world and for society, especially for the woman I'm trying to attract. I can't imagine me getting married and looking dirty and have a beautiful woman on the side and looking stinky and looking unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? I just, as we watch pornos back in the day, we they gloss everybody up when it's a heterosexual, situation. Okay, not everybody look. So I like to look the part. You know what I'm saying? And the fashion, and of course, me an aspiring entertainer, you have to look good. You have to look your brain. You can't just look any kind of way. And I'm very good about being groomed. So I have a problem being metrosexual. You know what I'm saying? Metrosexual does not mean you're homosexual. Metrosexual, you're taking care of yourself. You're looking presentable. And it's funny that there's some women that I want a metrosexual man, but then they go on the magazine and gloss over models, male models, and like they did Jerry Meeks when he got out of jail. I mean, come on, man. It don't make any sense. Because if he looked terrible, and let's say he look like, and I'm not saying that terrible as in colorism, because Wayne Brady. Thank you. I always stay fresh as me. That's my, you know what I'm saying. So I take pride. One thing, when you take care of yourself, you take pride of yourself. You know what I'm saying. You when you take care of yourself, you're showing that you're proud. It's like driving a nice car. You gonna make sure your car is clean. You gonna make sure your everything you driving. If you drive a hoopty, you gonna always feel stupid, feel corny driving a hoopty. If you know what a hoopty means, a trash car, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? That we call back then, we call it a hoopty. A hoopty, a messed up car. You know, folks used to make fun. If you know, back the day in the '90s and the '80s, if your mama or grandma, whoever had a tore up car, or daddy or grandpa, or as soon as y'all get in the argument with somebody, your mama, your daddy driving a hoopty car, that old hoopty. I don't forget them days. That motivates you to go get you a nice car. You have to rent a car. You know what I'm saying? So if we renting cars, I'm like, it's mine. I bought it. It's a rental car. You know what I'm saying? And that's why folks. That's why folks back in the day, you get in a car wreck, if your cars was still running, they'll go ahead and get a rental car because they don't want nobody to know they were driving a hoopty. Because if the car got messed up, it can still run. You drive a hoopty. Yeah, a lot of folks don't know this. Yeah, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I'm 79 child. So that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? So you taking pride of yourself. Looking like trash, and that's what I'm saying. No woman better not come to me and talk about her man's. He stink down there and all. You know what I'm saying? He don't have poor hygiene. You chose trash, you get trash. And you say, I want that as being masculine, but you complaining about he got crusty feet. You complaining about that his arm on the stink. Well, what the hell you fucking with him first? Don't make no sense. It's like me going with a chick who look ratchet of any race. Okay, I don't do ratchet. You gotta look the part. You can be big and beautiful, but still look beautiful. Well, it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, yeah. People who take care of themselves have pride. People who don't take care of themselves do not have pride. I'm sorry. I'm not saying you gotta look extremely GQ or look like you from Vogue magazine, but you still gotta look presentable of yourself, and that's called self pride. You know what I'm saying? I can't spy a lie. I got on time you spy a lie where you see contradictions, and I'm very good at that. But the point is, uh, I'm going ahead and go. I gotta go. I got things to do. But to those who are, I want to say, to Rubakaba's family, there's nowhere in my heart that I would try to bash your family member or whatever. I was covering the story, and I was upset about the comments I saw on Facebook, and I blocked the videos for none of you to contact me anymore. To the point that I will go to FBI on this situation goes any further. And to the girl, look, you're blocked from my channel. Anyone else, yeah, like I said, go any further, FBI will get involved. I don't fool with the local authorities. They don't do nothing, but FBI will get involved. Okay? And I will do that. I've done it before. Even with the dark skinned brother, I told the FBI is looking for I get that later on. FBI is looking for him. The one who tried to run me over, the one with the multi hair black Hispanic chick in the car. I gave their information to the FBI. I don't fool with people who mess with me about something, and I was not making fun or mocking someone's death. Okay, so you had to go so low to me to do that. Even you know what I'm saying, and I would not do that because I don't know this man from Adam. I was covering a story that I saw, and I want to squash that right now, from my heart. That no, y'all. If I hit, that's why I blocked y'all. Cause I saw the comment section. I screenshot. I got all the evidence of that, and FBI will be involved. And I know who she is. Okay, not per se, but her, So yeah, I'm not gonna get about the Beyonce other one. We're gonna talk about the other subjects later on, but I'm just sticking to this. But to anybody that does that to me, uh, go that deep like that, I will get FBI involved. I don't fool with local corrupt police officers. I don't. They have to prove they're trustworthy to me. Okay, so just that'll be a warning, and I might you might put that on let folks know, because it seemed to me that when I covered the story, I left it alone. I didn't go in detail. I just went by what the media said. But the family should not be attacking anybody. Let me let you know. If Lovey T or Vasho was covering my story and it went viral and it was going by media, I can't get mad at those news channels. or on YouTube when they got this story from the media. The main person that should be attacking is the media. The media told the story and they lied or whatever, and people, we don't know what goes on, okay? And so there needs to be known that someone is covering your family member. The best thing is sue the media. Don't sue the person who got the information from the media. They're just a messenger. So I just want to get that out because I was praying about the situation as well. But to anybody, the FBI will be involved. I don't fool with HPD, no precincts of Harris County or the Sheriff's Department, because I've had issues when I did snitch on people. They pick and choose who they want to believe. They pick and choose who they want to arrest. They pick and choose anything if they have personal vendetta with you. I'm talking about me per se. So, and my record's clean. So I go higher than FBI. And if they don't want me to do FBI, they need to do their job rightfully, not based on personal opinion and bias and stuff. So that's all I have to say. Bye. Y'all have a nice day.